Hi, I'm Hilary Cox from Magic Power in You. And what we're going to do today is a Radiant Path session. These sessions have been created because when I felt stuck and bouncing back and forth between my shadows and my gifts, I realized that I was moving along like I was on a hamster wheel. And I would get some growth, but then it would creep back in. And so it was really frustrating to not fully embody the change that I knew that I desired and really, frankly, deserved. And I knew it was possible. So when I was introduced to doing in my coaching program something called a magic session, this is what came through in that coaching. And I wanted to share it with you today. And it was really born out of my own journey. And it's a transformational experience, deeply rooted in finding the patterns that are going on in your life and unlock those hidden gifts and align your body with your soul's truth. I'm sharing this today so that you may step into your own radiance. So let's get started. I want to explain a little bit about what we'll experience here and what you might experience in a session with me for this. So we'd start out by a muscle test to determine where you may be experienced this bouncing back and forth between a shadow and a gift and not fully embodying the energy that you truly desire. So I muscle test that using your human design chart. And human design is based on your birth date, time, and place. And I muscle test to see where do I need to go in your chart. And then I look at the gene keys, which is a spin-off of human design that focuses on the shadow, the gift, and the city. And the city is that energy that you truly are here to begin to embrace and to become. And then once we get to that, I do an inner speak session, which is a healing modality that I learned from Jean Adrian. And this is really to help us clear what's keeping us in that bouncing back and forth. And we'll do a short inner speak session today using the inner speak cards in order to clear that. And then we'll move into um, activating the new energy and do a blessing at the very end. So let's get started. So the gene key that I went to today is gene key 2. And it is about the path from dislocation into orientation and ultimately unity. And its energy is pure receptivity, the divine feminine principle that trusts and flows with life, needing not to force or control the flow. So it's about embodying how do we become unified within our own selves. Now, in human design, you tend to have a conscious and unconscious perspective on this. And if you have a human design chart, you'll see there are typically red and black lines. The red is typically the unconscious, and the black is your conscious. And so, depending on where gene key 2 shows up in your chart, will depend on whether it's conscious or unconscious, or it may be undefined. And that could be perfectly fine too. Undefined won't have any color. And so you would be then unconscious to how you may be conditioned by the world with this. So depending on your chart, it will depend on how this has shaped you in your life. On the conscious side, it's usually something you're aware of. On the unconscious side, it's hidden, and typically people recognize you for that energy. And then if it's undefined, then you have this experience of how do I how have I been experiencing this from others? What do I reflect back to others around dislocation, orientation, direction in life? And that's where it begins. Or how have people reflected it back onto you and where you've gone into resonance with their energy around it? So that's how the gene key may work for you. So what I want to do first is take a few moments, grab a journal, pen, and jot down, where do you feel lost, disconnected, and unsure right now in your life? I want you to just take a few minutes to recognize where this is happening in your life right now. I want you to jot down, where are you trying to make things happen instead of allowing yourself to be guided? And take a few minutes to answer that question. And if I'm moving too fast along to the next thing, pause the video at any time. Right. In a session, I'd be waiting for your responses, and I would be taking your responses and putting them into surrender, into what needs to be healed, what needs to be cleared. So what I'm going to do now is say a short prayer of surrender and ask that we move into surrender and for the healing of the shadows, this bouncing back and forth between the shadow and the gift. And we'll start there, and then we'll start the inner speak session. So take a deep breath and close your eyes. And I ask Mother, Father, God, I ask you to lift us up, all those that are watching this video, and allow them to put in your basket anything where they feel lost, disconnected, or unsure right now, where they're trying to make things happen instead of allowing themselves to be guided. I ask you to lift them up into your light and love and allow us to move forward in this healing. And I thank you for this. And so it is. And then we tap 3 times at the third eye to acknowledge that we've heard this act of surrender. And then I'll muscle test through this and ask, are we all in surrender? Yes. Tap 3 times. Do we have permission to work on this? Yes. Tap 3 times. And the cards that I pulled before I started this was a stuck belief that I don't deserve. So you don't deserve unity. You don't deserve. There's a belief around not deserving orientation, that direction in life. So that's the first stuck belief. So tap 3 times. The second stuck belief is I'm not lovable. That feeling of not being lovable is the next one. And I want you to just tap 3 times. And the third one is it's not possible to change. And tap 3 times. So those are the 3 beliefs that we're dealing with here as a group. Now, your individual may be slightly different, but for now, this is what we're focusing on today. And the source of this is a psychic attack, where, just close your eyes for a moment and explore, set the intention of understanding, where did this attack come from? Who is talking about you being disoriented, or who is programming you and conditioning you to be disoriented in your life. Where is that coming from? And so I just want you to just take a moment. Wherever it's coming in is fine. If nothing comes, that's fine too. Don't worry about it. It's just all about just exploring and getting to the point where we heal it. Sometimes we don't know, and that's okay. So I want you to just tap 3 times now. And for what set us up for psychic attack was a child or a loved one being taken away, and also a betrayal or being lied to or lying. So that is what has caused this attack on ourselves, where we're feeling it's impossible to change, we're not lovable, and we don't deserve. So that's what's happening here. And this is causing a soul reaction to your ability to be in relationship has been disrupted. So your ability to be living in unity has been disrupted. So I want you to tap 3 times and acknowledge what you've heard here today. And then we have now a clearing. So I want you to allow the source of that psychic attack to vent their rage or fear until it's all gone. So just close your eyes and allow that to happen. It's nothing personal. Just allow them to express themselves. Okay, and then tap 3 times. And then from this, we receive a blessing. And the blessing is renewed faith in yourself. So that renewed faith in you being unified. So I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and allow yourself to experience receiving the renewed faith in yourself. I ask that this comes from your divine line at the level of your higher self to receive renewed faith in yourself. Allow it to flow down into you from your higher self into your divine line, and breathe in the energy, allowing it to come into your divine line and then start to seep out into every cell of your being. Everything is being filled with this beautiful angelic blessing into you. And now I want you to tap 3 times and close the healing portion with gratitude. So I want you to take a deep breath and fill your heart with gratitude for this healing. And I want you to express it out into the world. We bless the source of the psychic attack, and we are so grateful that they could release their energy from us, and that we are now blessed to have the renewed faith in ourselves. And we send that out into the world. We send it out with love and gratitude now. And so it is. And tap 3 times. So now that energy and pressure of confusion has gently melted away from your mind and your heart. And it's really whispering to you, I release the need to control the flow of my life, letting your whole body soften now. What I'd like to do now is give you a little activation, a radiance activation. Visualize a shimmering silver river flowing above your head, through your heart, down into the earth. You are the river. You are already on your path, even when you cannot see where it's leading. And say to yourself, I'm always exactly where I need to be. I am always exactly where I need to be. I am always exactly where I need to be. Now, in order to anchor in this unifying energy, I'd like you to jot down 1 to 2 small actions that you can take over the next 2 weeks. Actions that will honor your trust in life's flow, to be in unity with yourself and with others. Maybe that's slowing down, saying yes to gentle opportunities, or simply pausing before making a decision, whatever that may be for you. So jot that down and put it somewhere where you can remember to take action over the next 2 weeks. It will help you to embody this new energy and to begin living where you intend for yourself to radiate out into this world. So if you're ready to go deeper into your own radiant path, to clear blocks, embody your gifts, and live aligned with your soul, I'd love to do a discovery session or sign up for your own personalized radiant path session. The link's below, and I hope that you enjoyed this, and may you trust your own unfolding. You're always being guided. Thank you so much, and have a blessed day.